Hello, Hoxie Junior Senior High staff. This is a little video about cyberbullying and some tips for the teachers. So what is cyberbullying? I'm sure you've heard about it, but here's the definition. A child or group of children target another child and torment, harass, humiliate, or embarrass that child. The term child includes preteens and teens. Cyberbullies use the internet, interactive and digital technologies, or mobile devices to do so. Unless and until our society recognizes cyberbullying for what it is, the suffering of thousands of silent victims will continue. Anna Marie Chavez. The anonymity of the internet. The ability to be anonymous on the internet gives students a false sense of security to say and do whatever they want. Just like face-to-face bullying, it is usually not a one-time event. Students use platforms such as chat rooms, social media, email, and mobile text. So what does the research show? Well, the United States Department of Education conducted a survey of principals between the years of 2010 and 2016. They found that cyberbullying increased each year, except for in the category of those that never were cyberbullied, and that went down from 2010 to 2016. But the results also indicated, this is interesting, that schools who put a ban on cell phones during the day had more instances of cyberbullying than those that did not have a ban. Why should we be concerned? Well, 70% of 14 to 15-year-olds do not follow e-safety guidelines. 48% that are cyberbullied do not get help or advice. 49% of students get bullied online. 25% of the bullying is over the phone, and it continues outside of school. Students that are twice likely to have been cyberbullied will contemplate suicide. They're twice likely to contemplate suicide. 7 out of 10 students will be bullied by the time they're 18. So it's a very serious issue. What does cyberbullying look like? So it can be exclusion, just like regular bullying. Exclusion is a form of it where the kids that don't have devices can feel this as they're being excluded from everything that their friends are talking about, or if the friends have a group chat and someone's not included in it, then that would be exclusion and a form of cyberbullying. Harassment. So just like regular bullying, this is sustained and it affects the well-being, so it's where they harass the student. Outing. This is where teachers, sometimes we need to maybe step back, and if a text comes through, we do not need to read that out loud to the rest of the class. That's not appropriate. That is harmful to our students, just like kids that pick up someone else's phone and send a video that they're not supposed to, or they post pictures about people. And that can also go into our LGBT community. They get affected by that as well. Cyber stalking. This is where someone won't leave you alone. They harass them via email, and this can be adults doing this to children as well. Scraping. This is where you log into a friend's account and then send things. And I know kids are big on this with keeping their Snapchat streaks, but they really should not let anyone else know their login, because a friend who they think is a friend could send something and damage them. We also have fake profiles. People make these so they can say whatever they want to say, or they can make a fake profile of someone in the school and then say awful things, and then it will look like it's coming from that person, so we need to be aware of those. Dissing. Posting information to damage someone's reputation. And it just doesn't have to be information, it can also be pictures and videos. Trickery. Gaining trust of someone and then going so they can get your private information, and the students might not know the other person, but they're giving out their birth date and other information so their identity can be stolen. Trolling. This is where someone, we know about this, they make rude, inappropriate comments just to get a rise out of someone, and that's a form of cyberbullying. And we also have catfishing, and this tends to be where the adults play a little bit of it into this, where they will pretend to be a child of the same age, and then they try to find out more information, and they'll put up a picture of someone that's not them just to trick them. So it's kind of like trickery, but it's called catfishing. So those are the ways that kids can be cyberbullied. What if the cyberbullying happens outside of school? So it's kind of hard for us to know what's happening outside of school, but we are responsible and we have to make sure that we're talking about it. And if a student comes to us, that we report it and get them help. Once teachers are aware out-of-school cyberbullying is taking place, it is suggested to ensure that it actually stops and that the person targeted is safe. So we do have to make sure for their safety. That's one thing. What else can we do? Well, we can encourage students to speak up and tell us if they're being cyberbullied, or to tell Mrs. Jancola, in our case, our counselor. We need to debunk misconceptions about digital behavior. Build empathy and understanding, so this fits into our social, emotional, and our digital citizenship. This all goes together. Teaching online safety skills, equipping young people with strategies to reject digital abuse in their lives. That is a huge one. I think sometimes people, even adults, have a hard time on Facebook. They just want to battle back. But we have to teach our students how to just stop and do not reply. And one of the big things is to have parent engagement. We need to give them information and activities that they can do with their children, and so they know what's out there and what's going on. So that's what we can do to help. So it all fits in with our digital citizenship and our social emotional already. Our students' mental health is at risk. Let's get on board to preventing cyberbullying. We are Hoxie. And here are my references. See y'all later.